shoulder, sees a face full of Dakigan and Singapore. Just concentrate on the riders in front of you, and that is Dakigan unfortunately going down.
Finish. Juara on our timing screen's the man to take it by third. They cannot be separated.
Fortunately for Brittany, the wild card ride looks like he's had a crash.
Good afternoon and welcome back to a wonderful Indonesia, the Pertamina Grand Prix.
Of the race to go with him, but yeah, Takira one to watch out for in race 2. So we're a minute away from the warm-up lap getting underway, and here is your starting grid then. Ogiwara on pole again from Mitani and Hafai. Row 4 is led by Chavan. Tanashot and Takamoto join the Indian rider. Schmidt, Patumtong and Brittany, the wildcard, are on row 5. Row 6 is Henry, 18, and on row 7 is Nakib and Dave, the Indian rider with the number 8. Will come on at the top right hand of your screen. And we are back underway here in Indonesia, and it's another good start, it looks like, from Ogiwara on pole position. Matani gets a little bit of a better launch than he did yesterday. Hafai, though, pulling alongside immediately turn 1. And that's Ikegami once again, like he did yesterday, getting a great start on the number 14. But it is Ogiwara on the number 16, getting the whole shot into turn 1, just as he did yesterday. Ikegami on the 14, the podium finisher yesterday, into second place. Matani in early third, so loses one position. Around the outside, watch out for Hafai. This is the section I was talking about. He's up to P4. Started on the front row, so lost a position already as the number 19, but we saw so many overtaking movers down here. Nice little bit of slipstream, finding out the fast sweeping section. Look at this, Matani saw this yesterday as well. Loves to lead from the front, doesn't like seeing riders ahead of him. That was Hafai just running wide there. Lost some ground early on in the lap, did the number 19. He's back up into P5 now, but Jack is exactly right. The gap is just bridging at this moment in time. Takira on the number 9, going with his compatriots in the top 3 as we start lap 2. 14 laps to go here, a long way to go, but already the riders behind, Hafai and the number 22 of Dakigan. A good start from Dakigan on the outside of row 3, but they've got
2 seconds adrift. You can see him in the back of shot. Ramadeepa, the number 7 there, trying to make moves, and he has to early on. Those alarm bells inside of his mind will be ringing. We're only a lap down, but we can see this top 4 are starting to break clear.
They certainly are, and this is what But Hafai needs to try and get into a rhythm, as he is doing, as Matani. Look at that, what a move up the inside. We saw this so often yesterday. 2 riders. The race leads to lead on to lap 3.
That right there, an indication of why Matani has won 4 of the first 5 races this year. He is, at the moment, the best rider out there under braking. Just look at the advantage he's able to pull out. At least
attack here then on his compatriot, as Matani defends well. Who's going to be last in the late breakers down into turn 10. Line astern this time around, but this is a very passing manoeuvre. As Hafai looks like the gap is closing slightly this lap. It's down to 0.8 seconds from 0.9 seconds, so he's chipping away ever so slowly, but the battle at the front is raging on, which is good news for the chasers.
He's got a great style as Matani as well. He so rarely pops out from the bubble. Even under braking, he still has that sort of crouched effect as he fires the leg out every time. We saw
Make the move, expert stuff from Matani, who leads again over the line. 12 laps to go. The fastest lap of the race, a 42.2, but that is bettered than Hafai. You can see on the number 19 machine, now he's into his rhythm, not getting disturbed behind. Riding behind, incidentally, is the wildcard rider, the number 24 of Brittany. Fantastic.
From the Malaysian, you'd have thought that things were looking pretty bleak for him, even after a couple of laps, but with a little bit of moving and shaking up front, with him able to get some clear space ahead of him, he's really chipping away.
Third place then, Hafai. Unfortunately, we did get a replay down at turn 1, a nice slow-mo, but we did miss the section of track that we were on about. The Malaysian unbelievably fast through the sector 2, the fast sweeping corners. I'm pretty sure, if judging yesterday, that's where he would have made his move. So hopefully we get to see that this time around, because the Malaysian is at the end of the previous lap, and with 10 laps to go, we'll get them across the line. Matani still leads with Juara, Hafai, Ikegami and Takehira in that group. Singapore still at the front of that group, 1.3 seconds. So a similar gap to what we saw Hafai Bridge a few laps ago. So it is possible to pass his compatriot, but it's still Juara leading down into turn 10. But how long for?
Oh, look at this, 4-5 abreast as we make our way up towards turn 10. It is still
just keeping tabs on the top 3 as he gets a little bit out of shape there into the braking zone, the number 19. Ikegami thought about a move at the inside, but thought better of it. This turn 16 this track doesn't lend itself to riders escaping unless you've got a few tenths in hand, of course. Hafai did display some superior race pace earlier on in the race, but I don't think you can keep that up for the whole race. You've got to conserve some tyres in the Asia Talent Cup as well.
22, Alfonso Dakigan from the Philippines, best finish all year of 9th. He's up to 7th, but he's not content with that. He's closing in on the leaders, and if they continue to batter at the front like they are, then Dakigan is going to be in this lead group very soon, and eyeing not only a career best result, could be a debut podium on the cards for the rider from...
One more lap. Takehira though leading the way still. Ramadipa has work to do from P7. He's 1.2 seconds off the back of the number 20. It's down on the edge of turn 12, that is, in the run into turn 13. So what has happened to Kianja Ramadipa, the home hero, on the number 7? Here we're going to get a replay then, coming out of turn 12, that is.
Oh.
And he just goes straight on, a strange one. Maybe had a moment coming into turn 12 out of turn 11. Hopefully we get another replay, another angle to see what happened. The good thing is he stayed on his motorcycle and is all okay, but a real shame for Ramadipa, who into this was second in the championship, of course, so more good news for Matani in the championship chase.
Yeah, he's got other things to be worrying about at present.
Yesterday's race down in P9, his third P9 finish of the season. A bit fed up of finishing in P9, but this is a spectacular ride from the number 22 in the podium fight. Great experience too for the number 22, so let's see what he can do now he's in the thick of it.
The Philippines, of course, have their famous sporting star being Manny Pacquiao, famed for being a boxing world champion. Let's see with
the rhythm, but now with 4 laps to go, Matani the race leader, Ikegami second, Takehira in third. Now we're going to see some moves. It's going to start to get busy, you feel. Takehira up the inside at turn 1. Of Ikegami, a great move.
It's the Australian Russo on the number leading 7, a 14-wheeler at the front. This is going to be pretty hectic in the final 3 laps.
It certainly is. Through sector 2, Ikegami then up the inside as Hafai then makes a mistake into the turn 10 braking zone. Just about keeps it on the straight and narrow, but Takehira is leading, but Dakigan is in P2, gives a little bit of a wave, potentially, not sure what he was saying there, to his fellow competitors, and it's getting busy down into turn 1. Ikegami up to second, Matani third, Dakigan fourth, and this is Hafai.
With only a couple of laps remaining, I think he's going to struggle there. You can see him in the back of shot, doesn't seem to be making too much progress as at the front, in towards turn 10. It is Ikegami that files through into the front. Matani sat there dangerously in second, you feel. Juara also looking pretty good, pretty settled.
Tough ask on his hands as Juara gets a fantastic run out of turn 14. Then it's the kink through turn 15. All just in position into turn 16. That was 15. This is 16. There's Takehira then. Sorry, it's Juara who leads the Japanese rider on the number 16. Takehira takes a long look over his shoulder, sees a face full of Dakigan and Singapore. Just concentrate on the riders in front of you, and that is Dakigan unfortunately going down at the final corner. That's a huge shame, and he's annoyed with that one as well, understandably so, with 2 and 1 corner laps to go.
There he is, the Thai rider sat in 5th. Oh, your heart goes out, doesn't it, to Dakigan? A best result all year of 9th. The gloves are off, or a little bit too aggressively came across his front wheel, but looked like a racing incident to me, but understandable frustration for the rider from the Philippines.
Yeah, not too many complaints, I don't think. Race direction, a clear racing incident from his Dakigan. Such a shame, what a ride, but he can take the positives from this one. He was in the podium fight for the first time, was the rider from the Philippines, so top job nonetheless. But we will, of course, now concentrate with Just over 1 lap to go, 3 abreast through turn 15. Ojiwara on the number 16 trying to get up the inside, make a move on Mitani, and that's exactly what he does. Is he going to go for 2 for 1, Ojiwara? Top 4, a little bit of out of shape there from Mitani, clearly pushing, trying to get his machine into the perfect position as we come through the fast sweeping right-handers of 5 and 6 and 7. Then it's turn 8. Who's going to get the best slingshot into turn 10? Ojiwara places Honda machine perfectly, but watch out for here, leading from Ojiwara, from Mikagami, from Mitani. A Japanese 1, 2, 3, 4. Last lap time.
4.3 kilometres, 7 through. Mitani 4th at the moment. It looks as though victory is surely not going to go his way here, although he's not giving up.
The exit. Don't count out Singapong as well on the number 20. Coming through turn 15, and Ikagami. It's Ojiwara up the inside. Look out for Mitani too. Who's that up the inside? It's Mitani going for 3. Right, Mitani. What a move from the number 2. Last corner time here in the Asia Talent Cup. Is Mitani going to go for it? Yes, he is. Maybe contact on the exit. If Mitani wins this, it's an absolute stormer from Mitani. Is it Mandalika Magic? Who's going to win? On the line, Ojiwara takes it. The number 16 responds well, and Takahira gets up to 2nd place. Mitani 3rd, Ikagami 4th. What a race in the Asia Talent Cup, what a finish. We thought Mitani was going to win, he crosses the line 3rd, but it is Ojiwara after disappointment.
Sector, talk about a photo finish. Ojiwara on our timing screen's the man to take it by 17 1/1000ths of a second. Mitani in 3rd, they cannot be separated.
Fortunately for Brittani, the wild card ride looks like he's had a crash there. Nikagami a 10th off the race win, but doesn't finish on the podium. That's just the way it goes, unfortunately, in the Asia Talent Cup. But Ojiwara, what a race. Takahira Mitani to the post.
Of course, a career first win for Ryota. No way, up the inside. He had absolutely no right to throw it up the inside there, and he just about misses out in the end. On the outside, somehow holds on. Dear me, what a finish.
And this is what happened further down for the wild card rider.
No way.
P3, phenomenally close racing. Doesn't get any closer than that in the battle for P2 and P3. If we get some more finishes like that this year, then we're in for an absolute barnstorm.
So finish here in race 2. Ryota Ojiwara is a race winner for the first time in the Asia in 8. Takamoto in 9th, and Pratumatong, the Thai rider, rounding it. Had, well, it was either mechanical or a mistake down at turn 12, ran in his race win. Of course, he heads home in 4th in the standings. Singapong in 5th, Hafai in 6th place. Ikagami in 7th place after a fantastic weekend, a good weekend. For Dakigan, Schmidt, Henry, Pratumtong and Put.